Under the Stars, a story of love and poetry. The first time Elena heard a poem by Joaquín, she knew her life would never be the same. It was in a small cafe in Madrid, where the Wednesday night, a group of writers shared their creations. Elena was not part of that world. She had arrived by chance, seeking refuge from the cold and a hot coffee. But the words, and Joaquín found her as if they had been destined only for her. Under this sky, where the night is silent, I await the beat of a soul that does not arrive, but that leaves its mark on my chest. I feel the breeze caressing the beach. Joaquín was a poet who wrote with his heart, but who lived like an enigma. Tall, with disheveled hair and eyes that seemed to hide entire universes, he presented himself with a simplicity that contrasted with the intensity of his verses. That night, when he finished reciting and applause filled the room, his eyes met Elena's. It was sun 1 second, but enough for both to feel an invisible thread connecting them. Elena had never believed in love at first sight. She was an architect, meticulous and practical, or that woman who designed everything in her life with the precision of a blueprint. However, something in that unknown poet knocked down her structures. After the recital, while he was putting away his notebook with covers black-haired, Elena gathered the courage to approach. "Your words are beautiful," she said timidly. "You know? It's the first time someone has approached just to say that." Joaquín responded with a smile. So smooth. That casual encounter marked the beginning of something neither of them expected. They began to see each other every Wednesday at the cafeteria, and little by little, words became long conversations. Our sesiones. Joaquín spoke to him about the books he loved, about the corners of Madrid that inspired his poetry, and about how the stars, despite the distance, always seemed to be close to him. Elena. For his part, he confessed his most secret dreams, his fear of failure, his desire to create something that transcended time, and how he had always felt that something was missing, although he did not know exactly what. One night, while walking through Retiro Park, Joaquín stopped under a tree and took out his notebook. "I want to read something to you, but it's not finished yet." "It's for you," he said, "and Elena." He noticed how his heart was accelerating. "Your laughter, Elena, is the lighthouse that guides the shipwreck to the shore. It is the melody that shines among so many voices, and the reason why the sun rises again." She could not hold back the tears. No one had written anything like that for her, him. But more than the words, it was the way Joaquín looked at her, him, as if he were the only person in the world, which made it seemed magical. However, Joaquín had a secret that tormented him. In his life, words had always been a refuge, but also a way to hide. Years ago, he had been diagnosed with a degenerative disease affecting his vision. He knew that, with time, he would completely lose his ability to see. Therefore, every star, every face, every moment, he lived it as if it were the last. He didn't tell Elena. He was afraid that the truth would change what they shared. But destiny, as always, had other plans. One afternoon, while they were at a market, he tripped over a step he didn't see and fell. Although he tried to downplay it, Elena took him to the doctor. That's when he discovered the truth. "Why didn't you tell me?" she asked, with tears, as in the eyes. "Because I didn't want you to stay out of pity. I wanted you to be with me because you desired it, not because you felt you should," he replied, his voice breaking. Elena hugged him, with force, as if he wanted that moment to never end. "Joaquín, I am here because I love you, and if the world darkens, I will be your eyes. But never, never doubt what I feel again." From that day their relationship changed. Elena began to accompany Joaquín in every little detail, describing the colors of the sky at sunset, reading him his favorite poems, and helping him to find new ways to express their art. Together, they wrote a book of poetry inspired by their story, which they titled Under the Stars, as a reminder that love, like the stars, can brilliant even in the darkness. The book became a success, but for them, the most important thing was that it represented what they had lived and shared. On each page there were verses by Joaquín and descriptions of Elena, a dialogue between two souls who had found their true light in love. When Joaquín finally lost his sight, he confessed that, although the world had darkened, he continued seeing Elena's brilliance in his mind, like a star that never went out. "You are my poetry, Elena, my muse, my sun and my moon. As long as I can imagine you, there will always be light in my life." Elena kissed him, with the promise that, while they were together, darkness would never be an obstacle. Subscribe and comment end.